And it's Thursday, February 29, 2024. Peace is a path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this afternoon, NCC insists on ban of unregistered SIM despite court order. Water producers to increase price of sachet water as tenants in Port Harcourt speak against rent hikes. Army discovers over 40 crude oil wells in Rumebe and Moha River State. And on foreign scene, more than 30,000 Palestinians killed in Gaza. I'm Ifichu Kumoile with the news. The Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, has issued a directive to telecom service providers to bar subscribers who have failed to link their phone numbers to their National Identification Numbers, NIN. The Executive Vice Chairman of the Commission, Aminu Maida, who gave the directive through the Director of Public Affairs, Ruben Molka, said it is a matter of critical national security. He insists that the February 28th deadline given to telecom operators to bar subscribers who fail to link their NIN to SIM cards stands. The directive comes despite an order of the Federal High Court in Lagos restraining telecom operators from deactivating or barring any line or SIM not linked to their NINs. Justice Ambrose Louis Alagoa restrained the telcos while ruling on an application filed by a Lagos-based lawyer, Olukoya Ogumbeje. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Association of Licensed Telecoms Operators of Nigeria, Alton, Wenga Adebayo, clarified that the telecom connection failure experienced by subscribers was not connected to the NIN/SIM link deadline. He attributed the connectivity issue to the significant fiber cut made by road contractors employed by the federal government. As you may know, there was a widespread network connection crisis yesterday as several people were unable to make calls. Mobile phone users took to social media to express their frustration, detailing their struggles with the sudden loss of connection. It came on a day that was the deadline for the linkage of SIM cards to National Identification Numbers, NIN. Moving on, some tenants in River State have appealed to the landlords in the state not to raise the rent for houses due to the increasing cost of living. The appeal comes following reports that landlords in parts of the state have increased the rent of the houses. Some of the tenants spoke to our correspondent.
They are misusing some of them don't know because of the money. They shouldn't do so. If they want to help our boy, not for them to come out for destruction. It's for them to power the youth and make peace where there is no peace. If to fight one another.
All condemn what is happening. Not be clapping hands for. Even with the youth, nobody can use me. I'm too civilized for someone to be used. How much will you pay me to go and kill somebody? You want me to come and vandalize property for your own selfish interest? I can't do that. I wish every other youth realize violence doesn't pay. And in as much as it doesn't pay, individual holds the monopoly for violence. The property laws, the life laws will not come back. God has given us a governor who is youth friendly, who have vision for this state.
It's only when power the youth that it will get limit and all the drawing of things. If not, there is no way you stop it. You have fun to do it. Let's go and destroy this thing. Oh, how let us free ourselves. That kind of impression is not right.
Meanwhile, a survey conducted by our correspondent shows that in Woji, self-contained flat increased from 300 to 350,000 naira, one-bedroom flat from 500 to 600,000 naira, and two-bedroom flat from 700 to between 750 and 800,000 naira. In the Mwoba and Ada George areas, self-contained flat rose from 200 to 300,000 naira. One-bedroom flat from 370,000 naira to 400,000 naira, and two-bedroom flat from 500 to 600,000 naira. Similarly, in Eneka and Rupwoko, self-contained flat increased from 250,000 naira to between 300 and 400,000 naira. One-bedroom flat from 400 to 500 and between 600,000 naira, and two-bedroom flat from 700 to between 850 and 1.2 million naira. In Rumokuru, self-contained flat rose from 250,000 naira, flat from 300 to 350,000 naira, and flat from 500 to 600,000 naira, and Lastly, in Ozuoba, Choba and Alakahia, self-contained flats increased from 200 to between 200 and 300,000 naira. One-bedroom flat from 300 to between 350 and 400,000 naira, and two-bedroom flat from 400 to between 500 and 650,000 naira. Some landlords also spoke on this.
If you don't increase the rent to meet your need for the economic situation, you will be running deficit and your family will be crying for eating every day. You can see the price of cement.
I be landlord. Ordinarily, my tenant, I don't even discuss with them yesterday according to her, and I make rent remain the way it is. From now June, say I go increase house rent. Now with me and then discuss.
As a landlady, I'm not like that. Hardship is everywhere. Not only the landlord. Some of the agents, they will go and tell landlord, increase your house. I seen day for me, and so in day for you. I seen day for you, and so in day for me. I know saying, oh, God mind. Because if in day in mind, he will tell me. If in day even my mind, I go tell and say, and I will take to manage.
Similarly, the Association of Table Waters Producers of Nigeria says sachet waters, popularly known as pure water, will increase to 100 naira. The announcement was made during a press conference held in Lagos on Tuesday. This decision is attributed to the high production material cost faced by the association members. Challenges such as high diesel cost, lack of power, and expensive production have contributed to this decision. Now, some students in Port Harcourt say the economic reality in Nigeria is taking a toll on their studies. They explained to our correspondent that the increase in food and transport, if not immediately checked, may cause university students to drop out. They also spoke about the epileptic power supply on campuses and urged the government to provide palliatives for the student community.
Currently, there are increase in price of food, hike in transportation charges, increase in price of petroleum, which is affecting the students heavily. Again, there is another issue of shortage of power supply. Universities are finding it difficult to provide electricity to the student campuses and hostels.
Things are getting expensive by the day. People are complaining and students are not left out. The educational system is suffering.
We call on the leadership of this country to please take necessary measures to ease the burden on the students of all Nigerian universities. We call for free transportation for students, provision of buses for students all across Nigeria, and also bursary.
Most of the persons leading us today actually enjoyed these things, courtesy of the government of their days. Why did it come to our time and we're seeing something directly opposite?
Still to come, Army discovers over 40 crude oil wells in Rumebe, Emoha River State. Stay with us.
A clean surrounding is a collective effort.
Diseases could be avoided
with good hygiene practice. Be
Some motorists operating along Ozuoba Road say the alternative routes provided by the River State government following the construction of the Port Harcourt Ring Road are in bad condition. In an interview with our correspondent, they say the routes are affecting movement. They also called on the government to quickly fix the bad section of the road alongside the Ring Road project.
Pipeline is the only alternative road now for this Ozuoba going to Rumukuta, going to Ubuguru and Chuba. We have another link road that we call New Road government should look into. And the QH is another alternative road, but the road is bad.
Pipeline road now is the only alternative road and the road is very narrow. If that Kojota road will be fixed, it will reduce the hold up we are seeing here.
That Kojota road, I need to say they grade down for help us. These are the cost hold up here. May government call help so that they grade that Kojota.
It's very difficult for people to move because you can see the road very busy and only this pipeline road we dey use. Please, there's another road where reach Kojota where people supposed to follow the come out, but the road is very bad.
Moving on, the Nigeria Army 6th Division Port Harcourt River State says it has discovered over 40 crude oil wells in Rumebe community and Moha local government area of the state. In a statement, the Army said they uncovered wells which are about 40 feet deep. The Army said the uncovered well, which are about 40 feet deep, are the latest technique criminals deploy in stealing crude oil from underground in the area. It said the oil wells were discovered on Wednesday during a sweep and clear operation on the Trans-Niger Delta pipeline led by the General Officer Commanding GOC 6th Division, Major General Jamal Abdul Salam. And now to business. 2 Binance executives, an American and a British Pakistani, have been detained on the order of the National Security Advisor NSA Nuhu Ribadu over their alleged involvement in foreign exchange manipulations. The federal government obtained a court warrant to detain the men for 12 days, pending further investigation by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). In entertainment, singer Asake has become the latest Nigerian artist to surpass over 1 billion Spotify streams across all credits. And in sports, Al Nassr forward Cristiano Ronaldo has been banned for 1 match for provoking fans following the Saudi Pro League win over Al Shabaab.
And now we bring you news from around the world.
Hamas-run health ministry says more than 30,000 Palestinians have now been killed in Gaza since 7 October. That number equates to about 1.3% of the 2.3 million population of the territory, the latest grim marker of the awful toll of this war. Now, this ministry says that the majority of those killed were women and children.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
That's a wrap on the news this afternoon. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. The NCC is insisting on the ban of unregistered SIM despite court restraining order. Water producers are to increase the price of sachet water as tenants in Harcourt appeal to landlords to refrain from rent hikes. The Army said it has discovered over 40 crude oil wells in Rumebe and Moha local government area in River State. And on the foreign scene, more than 30,000 Palestinians have been killed in Gaza. The news was edited by Onyeka Chimusu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Ifechuku Moyali. Many thanks for listening.
Sometimes I get a good feeling.